Hi everyone, this is Dr. Anthony F. Swarian here with another video today. And our topic today is uh, understanding quantitative, and mixed methods research. So let's jump right into it. So, conducting the research is critical, and you need to know which way to go. If you don't, it's going to be difficult for you. So, research methodologies are critical in academia and professional research. They are critical. So, you definitely need to know which way to go, how you want to conduct your research, what do you need to do, what steps are you going to take. So, this presentation will provide an overview of qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods research. Understanding these methods will definitely help you to make a decision as to how to answer your research questions. Qualitative research is a method that explores phenomena through non-numerical data collection. So qualitative research seeks to understand the life experiences of the participants in the study. So you are strategically looking at the phenomena, as experienced by the participants. And with qualitative research, you deal with non-numerical data. Non-numerical data could be video files, it could be text, it could be audio files. So the purpose for which we conduct qualitative research is to understand the meanings, the concepts, characteristics, the descriptions, the emotions. The uh, we want to get an understanding of the life experiences of the participants. So we have an example here, exploring the experiences of patients in a healthcare setting through interviews. All right, or you could study the life experiences of participants with high blood pressure in Minnesota, in the Twin Cities. Characteristics of qualitative research. One, qualitative research focuses on context and meanings, understanding the context in which the participants operate. And data collection methods are interviews, focus group, observations. Analysis, identifying patterns and themes within the data. So with qualitative research, you once you conduct your interviews and then you get your audio files, you transcribe the file, everything, and then you have them in uh, you upload them to a data analysis software. You like in Vivo or MassQDA or Deduce, you can pull all your you can pull all your codes from there. So once you have code, you will have to put similar codes together to be able to come up with your teams, and that process is called clustering. Clustering is the process by which you take similar codes that you have and group them and then come up with your teams. Examples of qualitative research. So case studies, in-depth exploration of a single case or multiple cases. So the researcher will choose to decide whether they want to go with a single case or multiple cases. Um, you have ethnographies that deals with people and cultures, and narrative research tells the stories of participants. Quantitative research, it involves the collection and analysis of numerical data. So with qualitative research, it deals with non-numerical data, but for quantitative research, it deals with numerical data, numbers. So the purpose is to quantify variables and determine relationships between them. So you have data, maybe you put data for students in elementary who are high achievers compared to students who are not high achievers. You want to compare the data. So you want to find the relationship. You can use correlation analysis to be able to determine or come up with the results. Measuring the impact of a training program on employee productivity using surveys. So it could be an example of a quantitative research topic right there. Uh, Characteristics of quantitative research focuses on measurement and quantification using statistical methods to analyze data. So like I said, you can use correlation analysis, you can use other statistical methods. We will be talking about these in another video. Data collection methods could be surveys, experiments, secondary data analysis. And then the analysis could be statistical analysis to interpret the data. So you can use data analysis software to be able to do some of your statistical analysis. Examples of quantitative research: experimental studies, longitudinal studies, cross-sectional surveys. So with experimental studies, is controlled experiments to test hypotheses. And then for longitudinal studies, observing variables over a long period of time, as well as cross-sectional surveys, collecting data from a population at a single point in time. So you can see the three examples of quantitative research that we have in this presentation. What is mixed methods research? So like the name, mixed method, it brings together the qualitative and quantitative mixed methods. Bring the both of them together and with the different steps. So the purpose here to draw on the strengths of both methods for comprehensive understanding. So when you bring both, you bring the qualitative and the quantitative together, you'll be able to get an understanding of the two methods into one. Okay, so let's look at an example. It will be combining surveys and interviews to study the effects of social media on mental health. Characteristics of mixed method research. One, like we said, combines numerical and non-numerical data. Uses both types of data uh, uh, to provide a fuller picture or to give you a good understanding of the research. Data collection and analysis techniques, employing qualitative and quantitative methods. So you can use both qualitative and quantitative methods to analyze your data. So with that, it brings you it gives you a complete perspective. It offers a holistic view of the research problem, your research question, and give you an understanding of which direction you go in with the study. Example of mixed methods research content. So we have two types here in this presentation: explanatory sequential design and exploratory sequential design. With the explanatory sequential design, you start with the quantitative data collected first, and then that will be followed by the data qualitative data to explain the quantitative findings. So the second one is the opposite. So the first one is explanatory sequential data, where you start with quantitative data first, and that will be followed by the qualitative data to explain the quantitative findings. And then in the second one is the exploratory sequential data. You start with the qualitative data first to explore the phenomena or the life experiences of the participants, and that will be followed by the quantitative data to test the findings. Advantages and disadvantages. In qualitative research, we have in-depth understanding, flexible, and contextual. So with the disadvantages, you have subjective, time-consuming, hard to generalize. So with the disadvantages, you see that it is very subjective, and it is not like the quantitative that is objective. The qualitative is very subjective. It's time consuming, it's hard to generalize. You deal with participants. Sometimes you deal with 12 participants, sometimes you deal with 10 participants. You interview them, you you're transcribing and you're doing your data analysis, and you want to you get your coding done as well as your teams, and then you go ahead to write your chapter 4 and 5, you know. So we and that's qualitative. Disadvantage of quantitative data is hard to generalize. So, but with quantitative, it's objective, it's reliable, and can generalize findings. You are dealing with numbers. The numbers are there. It's going to give you, once you use the right statistical tools and the methods, you'll be able to get the findings. And so for disadvantages, you have may miss contextual detail, it's inflexible. Compared to the qualitative data where it is flexible, this one is inflexible because you deal with numbers, the numbers are there, that's it. Mixed methods research, comprehensive, balances strengths and weaknesses of both methods. So the mixed method for the advantages is a comprehensive analysis, but it balances the strengths and weaknesses of both methods, bring them together. Disadvantages, resource intensive, complex to implement. Choosing the right method. All right. So these are some questions you want to ask yourself when you are about to get on your research journey. Consider the research question. What do you want to learn or discover? That's the first thing. What do you want to learn? What do you want to discover? What do you want to project out there? What do you want to tell the world about your research? Evaluate the resources. Do you have the time and skills and resources needed? Do you have the time, the skills and the resources? You know, you access information needs. Access information need. How detailed and comprehensive does the information need to be? So these are critical questions that you're going to be asking yourself. All right. So the first one will be, what do you want to learn? What do you want to discover? Okay. And do you have the time, the skills, and the resources to 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 move forward with this? Okay. And then how detailed is it going to be? So once you have the answers to these questions, then you are ready to sail. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Dr. Anthony F. Suare, and this is my YouTube channel. We always bring you educational videos here, so please do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.